They crossed into human space and realized why no ship ever came back. HFY Sci-fi Story. The Vakresh Empire had ruled the outer spiral arms for 3,000 cycles. Their fleets moved through the darkness like silver locusts, consuming worlds and civilizations with methodical efficiency. They had never encountered a species they couldn't dominate, never faced resistance they couldn't crush, until they reached the border of human space. Commander Zekthar stood on the bridge of the Eternal Dominion, his 4 eyes scanning the tactical display. 17 human vessels had vanished near this sector over the past solar cycle. Not destroyed, vanished. No distress signals, no debris fields. Simply gone, as if the void itself had swallowed them whole. Arrogance, he muttered to his second officer. The humans send their ships into our territory and they disappear. This is the natural order. But High Command had grown concerned. 17 ships were 17 too many. They wanted answers, and they wanted a demonstration of Vakresh superiority. Zekthar's battle group, 12 heavy cruisers, 40 destroyers, and a dreadnought that could glass a planet, would provide both. The fleet crossed the boundary marker, an invisible line in space that separated Vakresh territory from the human frontier. Immediately the sensors went dark. Report, Zekthar barked. All long-range sensors offline, Commander. Short-range functioning at 60%. Communications were being jammed across all frequencies. Zekthar's mandibles clicked in irritation. Prepare weapons. If the humans want to play games. The first ship died before he finished his sentence. The destroyer Swift Retribution simply fragmented, its hull peeling apart like soft tissue. No explosion. No energy signature. One moment it existed, the next it was debris. Contact. Multiple contacts. The sensor officer shrieked. They're everywhere. Zekthar stared at the display. Hundreds of small signatures surrounded the fleet, too small to be proper warships moving in patterns that defied conventional tactics. They didn't fly, they danced, weaving between Vakresh vessels with impossible precision. Another destroyer died. Then a cruiser. Return fire. All weapons. The Vakresh fleet erupted in a storm of plasma and kinetic rounds. They hit nothing. The human craft moved like water flowing around the barrage, and then they struck back. But not with weapons, Zekthar understood. The human ships, if they could be called that, launched no missiles, fired no beams. Instead, they released swarms of smaller objects, each no larger than a Vakresh soldier. These swarms descended on the fleet like metallic plagues, and wherever they touched, ships began to fail. Zekthar watched in horror as a cruiser's armor simply dissolved, molecular bonds breaking down as if the metal itself was being convinced to stop being metal. Another vessel's reactor went critical not from damage but from its own systems being rewritten in real time. They're not attacking us, the tactical officer whispered. They're reprogramming us. A communication pierced through the jamming, a human voice calm and almost bored. Vakresh Fleet, this is Captain Chen of the Terran Defense Perimeter. You have violated human space. You have approximately 4 minutes to reverse course before your ships are completely compromised. We will not warn you again. Zekthar's pride flared. We are the Vakresh. We do not retreat from inferior. The Eternal Dominion shuddered. Every screen on the bridge flickered and then displayed the same message in perfect Vakresh script. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Commander, the humans aren't using conventional weapons, his science officer reported, voice trembling. They're using nanotechnology, quantum decryption, adaptive AI swarms. Our systems are being infiltrated at every level. The ship's computer is fighting a war we can't even see, and it's losing. Zekthar understood then why no ship had ever returned. The humans hadn't destroyed the previous vessels. They had dissected them, studied them, learned everything about Vakresh technology and biology, and now they had weapons specifically designed to unravel everything the Vakresh were. Another ship vanished from his fleet roster. Then 2 more, 2 minutes. This wasn't war. This was pest control. Full retreat. Zekthar finally commanded, his pride crumbling like his ships. All vessels, emergency jump! But the human swarms had already infiltrated the jump drives. Half his fleet couldn't even activate their FTL systems. Those that could began to spin up their drives, but the human craft pursued relentless. 1 minute, why? Zekthar transmitted on all channels. Why this? You could have simply warned us. Captain Chen's response was chilling in its simplicity. We did, you crossed anyway. 17 times you crossed. You took our people. We want them back. And we want you to understand something fundamental about humanity. The Eternal Dominion's engines finally engaged. As the ship began to slip into jump space, Chen's final words echoed across the bridge. "We don't build weapons to win wars, Commander. We build them to ensure wars never reach our worlds. You've been fighting at our doorstep. Now you know why nothing comes back. Because we don't let it. Turn around, return our people, and never test this border again. This is your only chance." The fleet limped back across the boundary. Of 53 vessels, only 19 survived. The rest were floating graveyards, crews alive but trapped in ships that no longer obeyed them. When Zekthar made his report to High Command, he used words that had never before appeared in Vakresh military records. "The humans are not prey. They are apex predators who allow us to exist. Recommend complete withdrawal from Sector 7 and immediate diplomatic overtures." The Vakresh Empire, for the first time in its history, retreated from a border they could not cross. And in human space, Captain Chen watched the alien fleet disappear on her sensors, then turned to her crew. "Log it," another one learned. "Maybe eventually they'll all learn." In the depths of space, the invisible perimeter defense systems powered down, waiting patiently for the next civilization that thought humanity was soft. They would learn too, they always did.